Education refusing to sign the Trump administration's order to ban diversity, equity, and inclusion policies that it calls, quote, discriminatory. Officials say the state has followed the appropriate guidelines for federal funding ever since Title IX was established as part of the Civil Rights Act all the way back in 1964, and that it will continue to do so. In a letter to the U.S. Department of Education, the governor and education commissioner say, quote, Connecticut remains committed to safeguarding students against the insidious effects of discrimination, end quote. We're working to learn how this refusal could impact the flow of federal funds to schools in our state. Now, this comes